Hello everybody, I am Asad Zaman Miswas. I came again to have discussion about Laravel. In my previous class, I discussed about how we can make controller and model using Laravel command. So I will discuss today a few things more about it. So in our previous class, we created controller. Let us see where it is. Let us see it physically. So we will go to this app folder, we will go inside it, and after that we will go inside this HTTP folder, and inside this HTTP folder we are getting this controllers folder. Look, this is the controller we created in our previous discussion, and for this controller we created a model, and that is here, right? This one is the model XYZ. Now let us see what is inside the controller. That means this Laravel controller itself wrote few codes inside this controller file. So let us see what is written inside that file. Okay, so we will go inside app folder, HTTP folder, then controllers. This one is the file XYZ controller. We will open it. Okay, what we are getting, look, we are getting here the controller is created, and we are getting few methods. One is your index method, another one is your create method, another one is store method, another one is show method, another one is edit method, another one is update method, and last one is destroy method, right? These are the methods we get inside this controller. Basically, index method means if we enter in, if we come to the controller, if we come to the controller, then by default this method is executed, and then this create method is used for inserting data into the table of our database. So look, here it is written, show the form for creating a new resource. That means this method will give you a form to insert data into the table of the database, right? And this store method, look, here it is written, store a newly created resource in storage. That means this create method will give you a form, and using that form you will insert your required information which need to insert into the table of the database. And this store method will insert the information that you entered into the form into the table of the database. That means insertion of data into database is performed in combination of these two methods. One is create, another one is store, right? And show method, this method is used to display the data that is stored in the table of your database. And look, this is edit method and this is update method. This edit method will give you a form to update your information, and this update form will update the information into the database. That means total update, or total, if you like to change any data of your table in the database, in that case the task is performed by the combination of these two methods, edit and update. Then destroy, if you like to delete any data from your table of your database, then we use this method destroy, right? So these are the methods those we will use to do task or in the table of the database, right? That means using this controller we can work with the data of the table of the database. Means insertion, update, delete, all the task of the table of the database is performed, can be performed by this controller. Okay, fine. Now if we go to the model, actually by default what is written inside the model, let us see the model. We will go to here XYZ and open it. Look, by default there is nothing written inside the module, so we will discuss about it later of our discussion about what we do in the model and what the codes are required inside these methods, inside the methods of the controller to perform our task, database related tasks. We will see these step by step later discussion of this tutorial. We will see what the codes are required to do tasks with the table of the database. Right now we will learn how to create the view of Laravel framework. So we will have to create view where inside this folder resources, right? If we go inside this folder resources, we are getting another folder that is your views. Inside these views we will have to create a required view, but the name will be according to this controller, right? So what is the name of this controller? XYZS. So let us copy this name and we will have to create a folder here, right? And the name of this folder will be according to the controller's name, that is our XYZS, right? So now we will enter inside this folder. Here we will have to create the files, right? Which files? For this method we will have to create a view. For this method we will have to create a view, and for this method we will have to create a view. For this method we will have to create a view, right? So according to for each of these methods we will have to create views. Okay, so let us open a file. Yeah, great. PHP. Okay, so we are now creating a view for which method? For this method, for index method, right? Okay, great. So suppose here we write something, index page, or whatever we need. Now I will save it. I will save it. Where I will save it? Inside resources. There is views folder. Inside views folder there is another folder, XYZS. Here we will save, and the name will be same as the method of controller. Index, we are creating this view for index method, so name will be index and the extension will be .blade.php. Remember, in your Laravel framework the extension of views must have to be .blade.php. Okay, now we will click save. That means here we make a view page for index method of XYZ controller, right? Okay, now we like to make another page for this method create. Okay, so what we will do, we will go to file, then we will click on new, then okay, then okay, now we are creating this. So what we will do, file and save as. Now what will be the name of this file? According to the name of the method we will give its name create.blade.php, right? So now click on save. So we can write something here, create page. Okay, right, so now save it. This one is probably saved. Let me check. Yes, set, right? That means we created a view page for this method create. Okay, Now let us make a page for this show, for this method show, right? So we will create file new, then we will create page. Okay, remove this unwanted code. So I will save it, file save as. Okay, all files, then name of it will be show.let.php, right? Great, so save it. We can write something here, show page. Okay, now we will save it. Okay, fine. Now that means we make a page in view for this method show, right? Okay, now we will make a view page, means interface page for this method edit. So I can copy it. Okay, file new. Okay, PHP create. So remove this unwanted code. Now file save as, all files, write down here the name edit.let.php. Oh no, here it should be all files. Okay, now if we click here, then edit page is created in view for edit method. So for testing we are writing this text edit page because we will test through this controller we can reach to this view page or not. So I am just for testing I am writing this text. So save it. Okay, fine. So we created our view page for this edit method. Now okay, now we created for view pages for this method, and let us create, we did not create our view page for this method and for this method and for this method. So let us create. Okay, so let me copy the name. Okay, then I'll go to here, file new, PHP, remove these unwanted codes. Now I will save it. Okay, so okay, what is the name? Name is stu.let.php, right? Okay, 1 2 3 4, this one is 5. Okay, 5, so we can write it here, stu page. Okay, and now go to our controller. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, now we will create our view page for this method. So go to new, PHP, remove your unwanted codes. Now we will save it. Okay, okay, update.let.php. This is 6, that means 1 rest, right? So the last one is your destroy method, and for this method we will create another view page. So I will go to new, then PHP create, remove these codes. Now save it. Okay, file save as. Okay, all files, and name is destroy.let.php, right? So here we created all the view pages for all the methods of our controller, right? So today, after this, I discussed about how to create the views according to the controller, and we also see the by default code of controller and model. So today after this we will come again few more discussions about this model viewer controller. So if you have any question, you can ask me through comments. So for today, goodbye everybody, goodbye.